Hey guys, what's up? Alpha Lion Simba here, and welcome to another episode of Neat and Nocturnal. One of the most well-known nocturnal animals out there is bats. Such a diverse class of mammals. In fact, 1/4 of the world's mammal species are bats. And so, our first bat is going to be the Indian flying fox, or Pteropus giganteus. So, let's start to get batty. The Indian flying fox lives in the jungles of the Indian subcontinent, through Burma to the Malay Peninsula, but it's also found on offshore island groups in the Indian Ocean. The Indian flying fox is among the biggest bats in the world. A fully grown male can weigh up to 3 pounds, while an adult female weighs up to 2 pounds. They are up to 15 inches long, and their wingspan can reach a whopping 4 feet. During the day, the bats roost in large colonies in trees, and a single colony can contain hundreds, even thousands of bats. They circle the tree, then alight on a branch and hang by their feet. As more bats arrive, they squabble loudly over space, but they rarely break skin. Dominant bats claim the highest roosts, and each tries to keep neighbors a wingspan away. It may be early afternoon before the colony is settled. Depending on the weather, each bat wraps its wings around its body for warmth, or it fans itself to stay cool. But then at dusk, that's when the bats take flight to search for food. But before its search for food, the bat always makes sure to lick itself and groom to make sure it's nice and clean before foraging. The Indian flying fox is a fruit bat, and as such, in the wild, it eats fruit, flower buds, and nectar from flowers, and it only drinks juice, spitting out pith and pips. Like other fruit bats, Indian flying foxes don't rely on echolocation to find their food, but instead use their senses of sight and smell. And when they're feeding, the bat brushes its muzzle against the blooms on the trees, unintentionally collecting pollen and transferring it to other trees. So in other words, the flying fox is a keystone species in the jungle, as it helps disperse seeds, and it's a pollinator. Flying foxes usually have only one pup at a time, and the pup is born after a gestation period of 150 days. It's born during the day at the roost site. The pup is well developed at birth and may be nearly 1/3 of its mother's weight. It's also fully covered with fur, and its eyes open immediately. For the first few weeks, the youngster remains clinging to its mother's breast fur, suckling milk. It stays with her, holding on tightly, even when she flies off to feed. When it becomes too heavy to be carried, the offspring is left behind at the roost site. After about 5 months, the bat is fully weaned, but may remain with its mother for another 3 months until it's independent. It's then ready to forage for food and find a roosting site by itself, and will be mature enough to breed at around its first year of age. Indian flying foxes can live for up to 15 years in the wild, but only live for up to 3 years in captivity. Although the Indian flying fox is listed as least concern on the IUCN Red List, its population in the wild is decreasing. Its main threat is habitat loss, as the jungles are being cleared away to make room for farms, where the bats are viewed as pests. Well, that was it. my neat and nocturnal episode on the Indian flying fox. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave requests in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Alpha Lion Simba, out.